Welcome in everybody. My name is Marcel and I'm not alone here, but I'm joined by Sean. Sean is here for entertainment, energy and motivation. And today we're teaching a half hour of meditation, then an hour of yoga. If you like to join in, feel free to join in. Today's yoga topic is intention. And we're going to explore your own intention, making this yoga lesson your own. Next to that, we're going for 30 minutes of meditation first, 25 minutes of meditation, and 5 minutes of just lying down on the floor. If you'd like to join in, feel free to. I would happily instruct you today. With that said, here are the meditation instructions. And we are going for 30 minutes. So first of all, let me explain. Hitting the wrong buttons today. Let me explain a meditation here. All that we want to do is come to a great sit. Make sure you either sit up on the books or sit up on some pillows. And if you like, you can also sit up in a chair. Completely fine. Feel how your feet are connected to the floor and sit up tall. After that, just observe your breath. Observe your inhale and exhale. Observe your exhale. Maybe feeling that your inhale is slightly colder than your exhale. From there, every time you lose the connection to your breath, observe your thoughts. Letting go of your thoughts softly, coming back without judging to your breath again, and observing your breath again. Every time, do this every time you lose the connection with your breath. Coming back softly. That said, close your eyes and just focus on your breath, observing your breath. We're going for 25 minutes and 5 minutes of Shavasana. I'm happy to see you after. Every time you like to change your sitting posture, please, you are invited to do that. Slowly come and lie down on your back for 5 minutes. Your feet are facing away from each other, palms are pointing up towards the sky. Just be. Bring the chin a little bit to your chest. Nothing to do here, just be. Slowly start to move your fingers. Start to move your toes. Stretch your arms. Stretch the arms. Feel the length. Yawn if you like. Slowly come back to your body. Slowly come up. Good morning. Good morning, Knox. Good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you. Slowly come up. Taking our time coming up. Today we are going towards an intention practice. And if you have some tea next to you, of course, you're very welcome to drink some tea. I've got some tea here for me today. And today we're doing it a little different than usual. So we're not singing a mantra today. I hope that's all right with you. And instead, we are going to have a little bit more of an intention practice, really taking time to find our intention today. So welcome in Knox, welcome in everybody who's here. We're going right now for 60 minutes of yoga. Feel free to come to a great sit that feels awesome to you. Sit up on either a book or some sitting pillow or wherever you arrive at. From there, first of all, close your eyes, and at any point in time, if you like to change your sitting posture, feel free to do that. Feel free to do that. Good. And if you have some tea, you can also sip a little there. Forgot about it again. So it's like relaxing tea. I really love it. Good. I'm ready. So coming to a great sit today. Connecting with your body, connecting with your breath first. Breathing in deep into your belly and into your chest. Expand your chest in all the different sides, forward, right, left, to the back. And as you're breathing in, feel that you're getting longer from your hips to your head. Breathing out, releasing, keeping the length that you have found. Great. Feeling tall. Breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. Sitting very much upright. You can have your eyes open or closed, however you like it. Good job. And from there, I invite you to find an intention for today's yoga practice. Meaning that maybe you have an intention of, I like to feel a little calmer. Or an intention of, I like to feel a little stronger in my legs or in my arms, or I want to explore my fingers today. How are my fingers feeling? Whatever kind of intention comes up, know that it's the right thing for you today when it comes up. I give you some more time to connect. Maybe search or find your intention. And this intention is only for this yoga lesson today. So think in the frame of this yoga lesson today. Still be connected with your breath and feel the length from your hips to your head. from there, bring your hands up by your sides, palms are pointing forward. We have a little more time today. Get long from your hips to your head. Honoring the intention that you have found right here, right now. Yeah, Jamie already said, like, I'm using the word right here, right now a lot. He's right. I need to step a little bit back there. Bring your hands up again. Breathing in deep, finding the length. Together with your intention. Breathing out, releasing. Let your intention guide you as well a little. So if you feel like doing a certain kind of movement, as long as it's not really abrupt, you're very welcome to do that. So maybe moving your fingers, stretching your fingers out, get long from your hips to your head, and breathing out. So this yoga lesson here on Sunday shall be very, very much individual. So this is your personal yoga lesson. You are making it your own, completely. Great job. Release your arms down by your sides again. Even though we're doing these movements together, right? You're doing them in your way. Bring your hands to your thighs and start to move your hands forward and backward. In your way. Connecting the palms to your thighs and feeling on the palms. How does it feel on the palms? But then also connecting to your thighs and how does it feel on your thighs? Good. From there, you know what we do. Bring your shoulders forward and upward. Backward and down. Forward. Upward, backward and down. How does that feel? Tomorrow I publish the first Yoga Beginner Challenge. That is 10 minutes long. That will be 10 minutes long on my German and on my English YouTube channel. And yeah, exciting. It's going to be for 7 days, just 10 minutes. So if you like to check that out, feel free to do that. Excited to see how that works out. Maybe we soon have some more people here to practice with, so I can guide them over from these videos to this live stream. That would be amazing. That would be an amazing thing. Let's see if that happens, or maybe not. So bring your shoulders forward one more time. Push yourself a little bit. Upward, backward and down. Or maybe don't push yourself at all, if that is what your intention says, right? Bring your hands together, interlace the finger and circle your wrist. Circling your wrist. Really softly grabbing on. There's no need to even grab on here. You can just interlace and circle. And see what's happening if you can really release the tension, the muscles. And just using as less as you can, the least you can, the least muscles you can. See what's happening. And then circling into the other direction as well, shaking the wrists out, the elbows, the shoulders, interlace the fingers again, bring the other thumb in front and circle into the other direction. Being playful here, smiling, you're doing great. You're doing just great. Now, let's tell you something. Let's tell you some little story. In a moment. Shake your wrists out, shake your elbows, shake your shoulders. Bring your hands forward. The fingers are vertical, right? Fingers are vertical, and bring your thumb up and then bring the thumb in. Good. Some people say that you're doing yoga yourself. Especially if you go into yoga lessons, right? There are other people also there, right? So even though some people are saying, like, yeah, you're doing yoga yourself, but that's just half the truth. After some time, you get to know the other people. And that's also what's happening here, right? You get to at least know me a little bit better, and I get to know you a little bit better. So you're not doing yoga alone anymore after some time. You're not doing yoga just for yourself anymore, but you're doing it within a group. Then circling your thumb forward or backward, whatever you want to call it. And this creates additional energy, of course. And this creates a certain kind of belonging, which is very much important in this day and age, I think. That is my opinion. Circling to the back, whatever backward means to you. Of course, first and foremost, you're doing it for yourself, feeling good in your body, but then you're also there to provide your energy that you bring to the practice, right? To this practice, to others, right? Just your presence, just your being here. Make fists and move your wrists up and down. So don't underestimate like a thank you or underestimate a hello, but really honoring these little gestures that create a difference in the world, right? Honoring them as they are kind of like the oil that drives our social environment, right? Thank you, hello, and of course saying hello to different kind of people with their name, right? Which is super important. From here, bring your right thumb up, turn the thumb outside, fingers are pointing down, then grab on from below with your left hand, grab onto your thumb and push out from your right shoulder. The fingers are pointing down. Great job. How does that feel? Breathing in deep. And breathing out, releasing. Shake your wrists out, your elbows, bring the other thumb up, turn it to the outside, fingers are pointing down, grab on from below and push out. And I thought about today, we're going to open up our heart a little, and do also something for our back, so some back bends and heart openers. Let's see how that goes today. And for that, it would be great if you had a little pillow around, or a big pillow, whatever kind of pillow. And yeah, if you don't have one, maybe something, a really big book would be good, or something you can lie over your ankles later on. That is kind of soft, maybe a fabric or something, some big fabric that you have. It's kind of like hard, you know, like usually I have like these big sitting pillows. They are the best kind of to work with. This is kind of like the only accessory that I use at the moment. Of course, we could do a lot with like blocks, but I just don't want that in my lessons at the moment, so it should really be for beginners. Shake your wrists, shake your elbows, shake your shoulders, and shall be really accessible. So I try to use as less accessories as possible, because you don't need anything, right? So you can basically do it without the mat, right? before we stand up. Let's do a little bit of circling. Feeling how our back feels. You can also round and arc your back. Doing that controlled. So not in a manner that is really jerky, meaning that you're doing a fast movement, which could be like dangerous, but really listening. Not dangerous, but you could hurt yourself, right? Just really listening into your body and doing the movement slowly instead of fast. Taking care of your body. Great job. And then also the other direction. And you can't do anything wrong here. Just feel how you can move your body. If you don't feel anything, that's all right. Maybe if you're doing it like for the 10th time, you will start to feel like, oh yeah, okay, I feel a little bit of something there. Or maybe even then, maybe this is not the exercise for you. That's all right, you know. Bring your right hand to the right side, and we're leaning to the right. Engaging your belly here a little bit. So we're really leaning over the, kind of like from your left hip up to your right, left hand. Your head is in line, kind of in line with the spine. Also rounding a little and then changing around, breathing in. Wakening up the whole body, breathing out, changing. And one more time each side. Again, connecting to your intention, breathing in deep. The belly into the chest. And slowly coming up, taking your time, standing up. As I always say, yoga is transitioning in yoga is half of the yoga, also half of yoga. So make sure to transition slowly. How slow can you go? Good. Coming up in your way. It feels good to you. Listening to your body. I mean, you can stand up. I don't need to tell you how you stand up. You're a natural. You learned it as a child, right? How to stand up. But I'm just kidding, of course. I'm just kidding. Shake your legs and shake your arms. Listening to your inner knowledge, right? Like, how can I stand up? And it feels good to me. Great. How does your body feel today compared to yesterday? How does your body feel compared to the day before? Just listening in a little bit and maybe relax. Just come to a stand right here, right now. And just close your eyes for 10 seconds, feeling your body. Grounding, feeling the gravity in the fingertips. Drawing down, feeling the gravity pulling you down into the floor. And from there, bring your hands in front of your heart. Start to warm up your hands. Great job. Warming up your hands, feeling the warmth that you create between the palms. And as soon as there's enough warmth, bring the hands in front of your eyes together. You can close your eyes and feel the warmth emitting from your hands. Just like a little bit away from your eyes. And then release your hands down. Connecting the fingertips onto your face. And slowly draw down as rain would fall down on your face. Drawing down, refreshing yourself. How does that feel? Refreshing your body. Bring your arms by your sides up again. Palms are pointing forward. Get long from your feet to the top of the head. Breathing in deep. Breathing out. Get long from the shoulders out to the fingers. Breathing in. Breathing out, releasing. Breathing in, extend the fingers away from each other. More space between the fingers. Breathing out, releasing. And now all together, you know what to do. Get long from your feet to the crown of the head. Get long from the shoulders out to the fingers and extend your fingers away from each other. Think about hugging the whole world. And as you're breathing out, giving yourself a big hug. Hugging the whole world. Big hug to everybody here practicing today. If you like, you can smile a little as you're giving yourself a hug. You're doing great. Great job. Release your arms. Bring the other hand on top. Other arm on top. Give yourself another hug. Awesome job. Good. From here, release. Start to jump out of the knees. Jumping out of the knees, releasing your shoulders and releasing your neck, creating a little bit of warmth, just a little. Very much an underrated exercise, as I always say here. Releasing your shoulders and your neck. How does that feel? Let the shoulders really jump. Let the neck really, really jump. Jumping just out of the knees right here, right now. And if you like to intensify, you can jump out of the heels and stomp the ground. If there's pain in your body right here, right now, could very well be listening to that pain and just come out of this movement. Otherwise, you can intensify if you wish. Stomping the ground. Stomping the ground here. If you like to intensify more, you can jump out of the toes and really stomping the ground again. Really connecting with your toes first and then with the heels. Very much important. We're not just taking care of our body here, but we're really relearning how to interact with our heels, how to absorb the hit with our knees. Releasing your shoulders and your neck a lot. Releasing a lot of the tension here. Great. And slowly release, come back to your knees and come out of it. How did that feel? Good. So let's warm up a little. You know what? This clock is annoying me currently. So let's come to the front of the mat. And let's start it up a little bit, creating a little bit more warmth. And then let's see where it takes us. Of course, to some back bends. But first, come to the front of the mat. Create length. Get long from the feet to the top of the fingers. And then breathing out, folding forward. Placing the hands down, push the mounds of the fingers into the floor and step back. Downward facing dog. Walk a little bit here, heels up and down. You can come in between plank pose and downward facing dog if you wish. So coming a little bit forward. What happened with the camera here? Yay. Good. Can come a little bit forward and then push out of your legs. Push out of your arms. Push your whole back up into the sky. Great job. Hope you can hear me like this. I don't know how good the microphone works like this. Push your whole back up into the sky, not just the lower back. Good, and then release. Bring your knees down. Bring your knees to the sides. Big toes together. And reach forward, bring your arms by your sides, reach forward. And again, here is important that we have not a lot of waist pressure going on, waist tension going on. So if that is the case, Then release the waist tension by releasing kind of like the belt pressure that you have, right? Breathing in deep into the belly and into the chest. Great job. If that's the case, that you have a lot of waist pressure on, or just a little tiny bit, you can also release that pressure even more. And then lean forward again, bring your arms by your sides. Breathing in deep. The big toes are together, the knees a little apart. Your shoulders can be a little bit away from your ears. Breathing in deep, you're doing great. And then slowly come up. Slowly come up. You can bring your knees a little together if you wish. Sit back on your heels. You can either tuck or untuck the toes here at the moment, as you wish, as it feels good for you. And bring the mounts of the fingers together. You know what to do. I shared that already sometimes with you. You guys, hopefully, you hear that, because this is very much important. Bring the mounts of the fingers together. Connect them with each other and then release the fingers down. Release the wrists down. And from there we push into the mounts of the fingers, feeling the mounts of the fingers connected with each other. You can claw the fingers even. Great job. And then release again, pushing in through the mounts of the fingers. And release. And pushing in. Release. Pushing in. Feel the mounts of the fingers connected to each other. A little bit an additional thing here. Shake your wrists out. Give yourself a small break. Little additional thing here is that you can see, there's a little thing that you can see if you're doing it correct or not. So if you bring the mounts of the fingers together again, release the fingers down, push the wrists together, really have the mounts of the fingers connected. So pushing in a little bit, you can bring it up to a light source and look between the palms through. So from down here, you should see a little light going through the palms, just a little tiny light. But it's not big, and you should really feel like, oh yeah, the mounts of the fingers are connected. Should just really be very much tiny. If you can see that light, just a small light, then you're doing it correct. And of course, for some, this might be not accessible because they're just not this flexibility here. Over time it will come. It just takes some time, you know. If you have it, be grateful for it. Now, why are we doing this? Probably know it, because we want to protect our wrists. Hey Enzo, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. By the way, Nox, I hope you're also doing well. I forgot to ask you. So excuse me please for not asking you. How are you doing, Enzo? Good to see you. Bring your hands forward and right now push into the mounts of the fingers. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers to protect the wrists. Very much important. Very much important. Let me change the screen again. I'm gonna mess up. Push into the mounts of the fingers, claw the fingers, and then tuck your toes in and shift your hips up into the sky. Great job. Now, to measure the distance here, what we're doing, I share you kind of like the little intricates here right now, the details. We come forward until we have the shoulders over the wrists. Then we place the heels over the toes. This is the right distance for us. Now the shoulders should be maybe a little bit more inward than the wrists, right? So the wrists a little bit more outward than the shoulders. You understand me, right? Push into the mounts of the fingers and shift yourself back. It depends a little bit of your body, right? Of like how exactly you should place your wrist, but at least for me, it's like a little bit outward than the width of the shoulders. And from here, you can bend your knees a little and push your hips up more into the sky. Great job. We're really looking also at downward facing dog a lot here today. Again, your head is either released, kind of like, or in line with the spine. Really feel the length of the spine, engaging your shoulders, engaging your arms. We don't want to hang through here. I even can't do it that well, but don't just release all the muscles, as a lot of women are doing it, but we are really engaging the chest, the belly, the shoulders, the arms, and finding a balance between softness of releasing and engaging. Great, you can bend your knees, breathing in deep, and release your knees down for a moment. Bring your knees to the sides, big toes together again, and reach forward again. Soften if you just came in, and so on. If you're practicing, release the tension around the belly, releasing the belt, kind of. Then come forward again. If you feel a stretch here, be grateful. Be grateful for it. You're working with your body, accepting it, working today again with your intention, listening to your intention. What does your intention tell you? Breathing in deep into your belly, into your chest. You're doing awesome. You don't need to have your intention on your mind all the time, but just, I will remember you again and again. To bring it back, to work with it again. Breathing in deep. If you feel a stretch, try to breathe in into that stretch and maybe engage your muscles a little tiny bit. Slowly come up. Take your time coming up again. Whew. Bring your hands forward. Again, we're coming one more time into downward facing dog. Push into the mounts of the fingers, tuck your toes in. Find the correct distance. Again, correct distance is heels over toes. Then shift yourself back. From here, you can bend your knees. Push your hips up more into the sky, especially bending the knees. If you can't reach the floor with your heels here, then you can bend your knees. Push your hips up more. Keep your belly, chest, the elbows, the arms engaged. Great job. And look between your wrists and start to walk forward and up. From here, bend your knees, bring your hands to hips, elbows pointing upward, and stand up with a straight back. We're coming one more time into downward facing dog afterward, but right here, right now, we're going to do mountain pose. And I'm going to teach you again some details there. We're going to take that back into downward facing dog, and we're learning some more details there. Because like in the end, we very much the little details are going to improve your, not just your posture, but your overall feeling after the yoga lesson very, very much, and make yoga so much nicer for you. So that's what we're working on here. That's why we're going into the details right now. And there's one detail that I want to show you in particular. I'm going to show you like this. It's easier if I show you like this. Bring your hands to your thighs. So first of all, we're going into mountain pose afterwards. And think about your thumb turning in and back. As you have your hands on your thighs, index fingers pointing kind of like down, think about your thumb pointing inward and back, inward and back. on your thigh. And we want to do that movement with our thighs, kind of. But we also want to keep the knees where they are. So turning the thighs inward and back with the muscles. This is just a little turning. You're kind of like pushing the butt cheeks out. Like my teacher always told me, like spreading the butt cheeks like a flower. I mean, it's a good thing to say, I think. So turning the thighs inward and back. What should happen is like you're spreading the butt cheeks like a flower as well. That's another thing that comes up. And what else will happen is that you will, the lower back creates an additional arc here. So the arc will be increased as you're doing this movement. And you can also feel that as you're doing that movement. So don't overdo it, but really just feel what's happening in your lower back as you're pushing your butt cheeks kind of like out. Good. And this is really something. Release again, because you can almost do this kind of like thing that we're doing here in almost all the different poses in yoga. So in a lot of poses. You're kind of like really using your thighs to either go a little bit forward or go a little bit backward, and it makes it very much deeper. And you're usually not learning this in usual yoga lessons, but I like to at least share this knowledge with you here. So with that said, we're coming into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. What you're doing here is you're standing hip width apart and we're pressing the feet apart. Pressing the feet apart, drawing the shin bones together, engage your kneecaps. And right now it comes already, keeping all that. Thighs are turning inward and back, pushing your butt cheeks out, kind of spreading your butt cheeks out like a flower. Great job. Now, we created that lower back arc. What are we doing with that? We're drawing the belly button in and up. Draw the belly button in and up to lower the lower back arc. And to keep the lower back arc just above your butt. Kind of good. During the start of your chest, a little bit in your shoulder blades to the back. And you know, it's hard to talk and do these kind of things at the same time. So I need to train this, bring the chin a little bit to the back, keeping all these engagements, right? Maybe feel how your breath is changing, keeping the kneecaps engaged, keeping the feet engaged. The bottom part is also important. And it's kind of like counter movements, right? If you do one movement, you lose the other. So you need to make sure you do them with a similar kind of effort. Good. Bring your arms by the sides up. You're doing amazing. And release. Release, come out of it. Good. Shake your legs out. So again, the movement that we really want to focus on today is this thighs inward and back turning. Meanwhile, keeping the knees where they are, approximately. This creates a lower back arc again, and that lower back arc is something that we want to use in downward facing dog, which downward facing dog is like, yeah, the most well-known pose in yoga, I guess, next to the tree pose probably. So let's come to the front of the mat again. And we're coming down. Bend your knees, hinge at the hips. Push the mounts of the fingers into the floor. Important also, if you go in any kind of yoga class, if they're not telling you the amounts of pushing into the floor, then yeah, they are either not caring about you, or you will always see like people are lifting the index finger from the mat. But if possible, push them down. Push them down. And also tell your fellow yoga friends if you're going to a yoga class. Because you all got that knowledge yet, right? Good. Push your hips into the sky. Great. You're coming more into downward facing dog right here, right now. You can bend your knees if you wish, right? Especially if your heels can't reach the floor. I'm almost there yet, but you know, I'm a man. It's all right, except where you are today. The thighs are turning inward and back. Thighs are turning inward and back, and we're creating this lower back arc. Engaging your belly a little bit. You want to find more space in downward facing dog in the lower back. Great job. Engaging your belly, engaging your chest, engaging your shoulders, your arms, your head in line with the spine. And from here, release down. How does that feel? You know, I promise to you that after some time, I know the difficulty of like downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the sides, big toes together. After some time, downward facing dog will get a resting pose. So you will be able to rest in downward facing dog. But right here, right now, you're resting in child's pose. And it's not just a resting, but it's also like maybe a stretch for you. So breathing in deep. Belly into the chest. And from here, come forward. Lie down on your belly. Lie down on your belly. Bring your elbows forward under your shoulders. Be coming into a Sphinx position. Easy Sphinx position. Also great for your lower back. Creating the natural rounding in your lower back, so you don't really need to do anything with your belly right now. Of course, it can maybe engage it a little, just this little tiny bit. Your feet are pushing a little into the floor, knees are pushing a little into the floor, and your head is in line with the spine, so slightly looking down into the earth. Good job. How does that feel? Just keeping here a little. This creates the natural rounding in our lower back and really, really takes good care of our back. Especially also if you feel like, sometimes kind of like open something in your body, that's a good feeling. If there's like just pain, you need to start to be able to differentiate between like something is opening up in your body and something is like just pain. Next to, of course, like muscle pain or muscle aches. Yeah, muscle aches. Muskelkater. That word doesn't exist in English. It's like muscle aches. I really like the word in German, Muskelkater. Release. It's also kind of like a pain, right? But not really a pain, Muskelkater. Shake your hips left and right, releasing a little bit. And from here we're going into a different level. Bring your arms by your sides, next to your shoulders, come onto your fingertips, and kind of like lift yourself with your muscles up, forward, and then down. Again, we have the head in line with the spine. Looking over the right shoulder here, you're turning a little bit to the right, good. Releasing down, looking over the left shoulder, and you don't need to push very far, but just a little, right? And forward again one more time. Head in line with the spine. To the right. Doing the things controlled. If you're doing them controlled, you're safe. If you're doing it jerky, then it can happen something, right? We don't want to something happens. We want to feel great after our yoga practice, right? Awesome job, everybody. You're doing great. Give yourself a big hug. You know, the yoga lesson today is a little bit longer because we didn't do singing in the beginning. We rather just took an intention for yourself. Give yourself a hug. It's a little bit longer. You're doing awesome. And that's good job. And from here, you come forward, and right now the pillow comes. So if you have a pillow next to you, that would be awesome. We're coming over our knees, Tuck your toes in. Now what we want to do, we bring the pillow over the heels. Good, over the heels here. Good. And from here, you bring one hand to the back first, over the heel, connect it with the pillow, and then bring the other leg to the back, other hand to the back, also over the heel, right? And the pillow is there to lift up the whole thing a little bit more, right? Good. Your head is in line with the spine. And from there you can push your waist, your hips a little bit forward. Feel how that feels. Don't overdo it, but really listening to your body. Breathing in and out. Creating a roundness throughout your back, not just in one area. And release, coming back slowly. Bring your hip a little bit back, then come up with one arm and then the other arm. Great job. How does that feel? Hi, Crafty Soso. How are you doing? Good to see you. We go one more time into this. So again, having the toes tucked under, and then the pillow lying over your heels. Again, if you like to do it in any kind of other variation, feel free to do that. However, this is like very much the beginner variant and very much great for the beginners. So don't do anything else. Especially also if you're more advanced, this can be super juicy like this as well. With a pillow over your heels. Instead of going very, very deep, you can push your hips maybe a little bit more forward, and it feels better than usual. Than when you go really, really deep. So bring the right leg to the back, the right hand to the back. Why do I say the right leg? Always bring your head in line with the spine. Good job. And push your hips a little forward. And there's my cat on time, as always. She's meowing for food and attention. Great. How does that feel? Creating a roundedness along your spine, not just in one part. And also here you can think about your thighs again, turning them inward and back, and release again, coming up. Again, this inward and back movement is everywhere. Not really everywhere, but as soon as you realize, oh, you know what? This helps me there a little bit. And of course, maybe you don't understand it now completely, and I get that, because it's difficult. Especially it's difficult for me to teach it over the internet. However, this inward turning of your thighs inward and back, that's so much knowledge in that. And so much to learn there. So we should be happy that we can learn something from that. Good. Let's go. We're not quite finished, but you know what? We are going for just 1-2 sun salutations. So we're starting here, downward facing dog, push into the mounds of the fingers, claw your fingers, push your hips up into the sky. How does your downward facing dog feel right now compared to the beginning of the yoga class? Good, you can bend your knees a little. Breathing in deep. Come forward and down, elbows close to your body as we're coming down. You can have your knees down on the floor if you wish. 90 degrees with your elbows, release your hips down, release your body down. Push the feet into the ground, knees into the ground, draw the belly in and up, and think forward and up. Your head in line with the spine. And shift yourself to the back. Tuck your toes in and shift your hips up into the sky. Downward facing dog again. Looking between your wrists, breathing in deep. And start to walk forward and up. If you can, walk forward and up. With your hands kind of like deep down, feeling a stretch maybe. Bend your knees. Breathing in deep. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows pointing upward, and stand up with a straight back. Bring your hands up into the sky and slight back bend here. So the back bend you want to feel in your lower spine, but you also engage your belly. Engaging the belly and leaning a little bit to the back. Great job. Woo! Releasing. How did that feel? Oh yeah, there was one exercise that I wanted to do. We're going there. You're going there. Shake your legs out a little. Shake your arms. Bring your arms up. Get long from your feet to the top of the fingers. And breathing out. Folding forward, breathing in, lifting halfway. Creating this length from your lower spine to the top of the head. You can feel with one hand on the vertebrae. If the vertebrae are sticking out, means that you're rounding. If they are not sticking out, means that you're doing a great job having your whole back straight. And release down, pushing into the mounts of the fingers, stepping back, downward facing dog. Walk a little bit here and release your knees down. So there's one exercise from Yogi Hux, who's also a streamer here on Twitch, that I really loved. So I joined with him in the other day, and I really need to think about, oh yeah, how does the movement work? It goes like this, that we have the right leg connected to the floor, the left hand connected to the floor, and we're connecting with your right hand to your left. And we're kind of like pushing the leg away, and we're opening the heart up. Oh, that's quite deep. It's quite deep, so please don't overdo it. And release down. I never did this exercise. It's very much deep, so please take good care. Take good care. Again, root, change the side. We're doing the other side. Take your left hand and grab onto your right foot. So grabbing onto your right foot. And then we're opening up the chest to the side. Bring the foot a little bit to the side. And you want to engage the foot. This is very much a difficult exercise, so really take care, make the whole movement controlled, and come down again. Good job. Now, we're going one more, a little bit further, move your shoulders a little bit. How does that feel? Coming into bow pose. We're warmed up quite a lot right here, right now. Coming into climax pose here right now. You can even zoom in a little, and then we are finishing it up. So lie on your belly. Let's warm up a little bit more. First, bring one hand bring the right hand to the left foot and draw up a little bit with your chest. Just bring the chest up and your leg up a little, feeling a slight back bend, just a slight back bend. Having the knee still in line with the leg, so don't let the knee fall outward, but bring the knee in. Good. And lift your upper body up. Release, change the side. But bring the left leg, grab around the right foot. And again, not let the knee fall outward, but keep the knee in line with the other knee. And lift yourself a little bit up. You can engage a little tiny bit, but keeping the knee on the floor at the moment. Good. Great job. Release. And from there, coming down, connecting with both hands onto the wrist. Onto the wrist. Good. Keeping your knees on the floor at the moment, just lifting your front body up, using your front muscles. So using your belly muscles, your chest muscles, lifting up. Your head is in line with the spine, so probably looking into the floor. We don't want to completely come into Dhanurasana right now. We're still warming up. Our shoulders, feel your shoulders working. Good. Keep your knees on the floor and release down. Great job. Are you ready to come into the full variation of it? Keep releasing your leg for a moment. Shake your hips a little. And then let's go. Let's go, keeping the knees together. So don't let the knees fall outward, but keeping them together. And with one movement, we're kind of like pulling up. We're not going front and then back. We're not going back and then front, but we're going up with one movement. You can release the knees from the floor, but keeping the knees together. Your head is in line with the spine. Dhanurasana. Great job. And release down. All the work that we did today to prepare for this movement, slowly release down and change to your back. Lie down on your back. All the work that we did do today was to prepare for this movement. Yeah, maybe not the thigh turning inward and back, but this wasn't just like additional knowledge to give to you. Slowly lie down on your back. Whew. And just draw in both legs a little bit. Feel how your hips are feeling. Feel how your whole body is feeling. Having your shoulders connected on the floor. If you wish, you can also grab between your legs through, connecting with the index finger, the middle finger on your big toes, or with the outer edges of the feet on your feet, outer edges of the hands on your feet. Then extend the right leg, extend the left leg, and be a happy baby. Woohoo! Happy baby. How does that feel? Ooh. Great job, everybody. 3, 6, 9. Damn, she fine. One more time. To the window, to the wall. Yeah. This is day 369. Release your legs slowly down. Extend your legs. Feet are facing away from each other. Bring your arms by your sides. Palms are pointing upward. Bring the chin a little bit to your chest and just be. Coming into Shavasana, closing your eyes. Feet are facing away from each other. Palms are pointing up towards the sky. Bring the chin a little to the chest. Close your eyes. Just be. Shavasana is very important. It's there to conclude the yoga lesson. So please, do it. It's very, very important. Just be, nothing to do here. I will get you back out of this position in about a minute. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. Coming back to your body. Whenever you're ready, draw your knees in towards your belly and shift your body to either the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body. In this side body position, make it feel great to you, this side body position. And as you're breathing in, connecting one more time to your intention. Breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. Breathing out, releasing. With your next breath, lift yourself up by your side, coming into a final sitting position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart whenever you arrive. Honoring your intention and releasing your intention, saying thank you for your intention, the energy that it gave you today, knowing that it will come back if you need it. Bow your head in front of your heart. Namaste. I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a wonderful night, wherever you are in the world right now, whatever it's coming up for you right now. All the best to you. Release your arms. Opening your eyes and welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed. We will be on tomorrow again as usual. And I'm excited to see you there. Everybody who just joined in, I wish you a wonderful day, as I already said. Or shall we say, we wish you a wonderful... Oh, Sean, where are you looking at? Is Buddha telling you something? So, of course, I'm not alone here, but I'm joined by Sean. Sean is here for entertainment, energy, and motivation. Hi guys, how are you doing? And I'm here for the instructions, the questions, the support. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. If you have anything that is rather discussed under two eyes, feel free to head into the Discord or check out there the yoga resources in the Discord. Feel free to do that. You find all the resources in the description or the about section, however you will call it, want to call it. Next to that, I'm going to drop beginner yoga lessons, yoga challenge. So I drop a yoga challenge for beginner tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to drop tomorrow for 7 days. There was a lot of planning involved in that. I'm super excited to drop it and share it with you. And I hope you will enjoy it. So the first day will be tomorrow. However, it won't be in this lesson, right? It's just like 10 minutes separately from this lesson, right? This lesson will go on as usual. And yeah, going to be exciting. Are you all excited, Sean?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited. Yeah.
So you guys, I wish you a wonderful day. And with that said, I hope this lesson opened up something in you, within you. And right here, right now, we're heading over will she beginner lesson be before? Will the beginner lesson be before? So Crafty Sozo, so the beginner lesson will be like available only on YouTube. The beginner lesson will be only on YouTube, and you can find the YouTube link. Let me just send the YouTube link right now. Wait quickly. There are my YouTube channels, right? So there's the German one, Yoga Deutsch, right? There's the English one, and they will drop there. And these are dedicated videos from YouTube. So they're very much faster than this, what we're doing here, right? Here I'm communicating with you. I'm wanting your request, right? I want to integrate them into the lesson, right? But also in the beginner yoga lessons, this is a beginner yoga class, so feel free to tune in here, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask and tell me that you're a beginner, and then we will go over some different things, right? For example, this thing here of like bringing a lot of awareness to the mounts of the fingers, very, very much important for the beginners, because they should learn this in the beginning, right? They should learn this in the beginning of their yoga career, wherever they are with yoga, because it's very much important. But there are a lot of things that are important in yoga, and I'm trying to go over them very, very profound, right? I have done. Cool, I have done. Ah, you have done yoga before? Cool, a little. Oh, that's good. That's good. So what kind of yoga we're doing here is Hatha yoga. It's very much slow, and it's not just Hatha yoga that we're doing here, but we're taking also inspiration from other resources like Tai Chi a little bit sometimes. Like for example the wet towel exercise where we swing our arms left and right, that I really, really love that we're doing here, right? So of course we're doing that here because it's very much helpful, as I think. And next to that, I really lie a lot of work on like alignment. So having the knee over the heel, for example, and yeah, your head in line with the spine is another comment that I give super, super often, because I see a lot of people in a lot of poses doing this, whereas like there are like only 2 or 3 poses where like this is really like the natural rounding of your back is like going further, like in cat-cow, right? So in cat-cow, it's kind of like what you're doing, like up, looking up like this. This is correct, right? This is correct, and then we go down. This is cat-cow, for example. This is very much known, but then in other poses, like something like lying down here in Sphinx pose, then you're not looking up with your head like this, right? For example. Then you have your head in line with the spine, maybe even looking down a little bit, right? These kind of things make yoga so much more comfortable, and you need to know them. I bought the book on anatomy for yoga. Oh, that's cool. So Crafty Sozo, that's very cool. Good. So right here, right now, I would be really, really honored if you would join into a yoga lesson with me, of course, and give me some feedback of what you liked and what you maybe don't like that much. Today we didn't sing a mantra. Tomorrow we're going to sing a mantra again, because today was intention practice, and I hope you enjoyed that practice a lot. With that said, I think we're finishing it up. Otherwise, you can always, if you have more questions, you can always write in my Discord, right? You're very welcome to do that. Let me quickly post the Discord. That's the wrong button. The podcast. The Discord will be posted in this area here. So first the YouTube channels, then the Discord. Oh no, the podcast is also there. And I'm also doing the podcast, of course. Maybe you know already, maybe you don't. It's worth checking in. Next podcast is probably coming up in the end of January, somewhere there. I hope so. It's going to be super excited. I'm already super, super excited for it. The 7-day yoga challenge will appear on your German YouTube. Yes, Nox, it will be on my English YouTube and on the German YouTube, so on both. So what I'm doing is like I'm creating the same videos for 2 channels, like one time German and one time English. So they will be on both. And it will drop tomorrow. I hope I can make it to drop it like before I teach here, before I teach. It will be already live and running, and I will send the link toward the 7-day yoga challenge right here. I will drop the link a lot and often, so if you like to invite other people in and maybe share with your friends, you can do that. And I will send you the link here in this Twitch channel. Otherwise, yeah, you will find it on my German or my English YouTube channel. Thank you so much for asking. And with that said, I think we're ready. Let's see if we can rate. I wish you guys a wonderful day. Love and blessings to everybody of you guys. And yeah, oh yeah, Celti's online. Let's see what Celti is doing. Or shall we go over to somebody else today? We can go over to Talk to Me Goose. I think he's on for quite a while. Thanks, have a great day. Yeah, thank you too, Nox, for tuning in so much. It really means a lot to me. Let's go over to Talk to Me Goose. He's playing World of Tanks. Maybe you know that game. And he's quite amazing. Yeah, you got the star. Great shot. He's quite amazing. He's entertaining. And yeah, let's check him out, what he's doing. And I rated him once, I think. And then, you know, you need to motivate him to come over to do yoga. That's the whole thing. It was super funny. That's why we're rating it again. Yeah, that's the meow. Shall we check? She's looking into the other direction. She doesn't hear anything, so I can't call her. Okay. Now she saw me. Now she saw me. Yeah, she's here. Hello. So we're rating. How are you doing? No. Don't go right here right now. How are you doing? Yeah. You know, she doesn't like it, but she actually likes it, and now she's on my tea that I really want to drink after. So I wish you a wonderful rest of the day, and see you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Share the love. Check out Wushali, or she will raid you. Yeah, again, post the raid message. This is the raid message. Make sure you copy that, and see you soon. Bye. Oh, Celti.